At our second lesson of English. I'm very sorry for some inconveniences during the previous lesson, as we had just no internet connection. But anyhow, I hope you remember that we discussed the peculiarities of one of the most difficult aspects of any exam. It was use of English. And I hope you remember that we had the text called Walt Disney. So we managed just to discuss, it seems to me, 5 aspects of it. If we have a look at our text, we see the second portion of it. By the early years of this century, he had already started to produce cartoons in Hollywood. And in point 6 we have variants: partnership, membership, friendship, and relationship. So I explained already just membership and friendship, but anyhow again. So what is membership? So membership is the state of belonging to some kind of group or organization. For example, the membership in this club is very expensive. Friendship. Friendship is the way, relationship. Relationship is the way 2 or more things are connected with. Or another meaning is the way 2 or more people treat or feel towards each other. For example, family relationship. So what is your relationship with your parents, for example? Next, we have friendship. What is friendship? Friendship is a state when 2 or more people are friends. Friendship can be close, deep friendship. The next one is partnership. What is partnership? Partnership is a kind of agreement between 2 or more people to work together. By the way, we can have just an example, an expression with partnership. It will be in partnership with somebody. So let's have a look again at the text. We have, again, so by the early years of this century, Walt Disney, so he had already started to produce cartoons in Hollywood with his brother Roy. I hope they agreed just to work together. So the correct answer here will be in partnership with his brother Roy. Who for some reason never, and we have, achieved, reached, succeeded, and managed. So all of them are verbs. But let's have a look at them. What is to achieve? To achieve means to finish something successfully, or to do something you wanted to do for a long time. So you can achieve, for example, a goal, success, can achieve good results. To reach. Okay, I will explain just to you 2 minutes. To reach means to get to some kind of level. For example, at last he reached level 10 in this very interesting game. Another meaning of to reach is to arrive to some point, to arrive at some point, sorry, after making very long way. For example, we reached the river after 5 hours of walking. So reached, no preposition. To manage and to succeed. Frankly speaking, they are very close in meaning. But from the grammatical point of view, there is a great difference. So to manage means to be able to do something. To succeed, to achieve something successfully. Just the same. But the main thing here is to manage to do something, but to succeed in something or in doing something. Again, let's have a look at our text. So Roy, who for some reason never to become famous. The main hint, the main hint here is to become. So it means that we should use to manage to do. Never managed to become as famous as Walt Disney. Let's proceed. So Disney is perhaps most well known on blank of his lovable cartoon character Mickey Mouse. Here we have 4 variants: case, account, view, regard. The most important thing here is that we have prepositions, and these words are used in different expressions. For example, in case of, it means if something happens. On account of, which means because of. In view of, it means that considering some particular point, or one more, with a view of doing something, means with the aim of doing something. And the last one is regard. In or with regard to means in connection with. Let's have a look at the text again. So we have, before 8, we have preposition on, and after the blank we have of. If you have a look at the blackboard again, so in case of, in view of, with a view of, in regard to or with regard to, and only this one we have on account of. It means that the correct answer here is on account of. Disney is perhaps most well known on account of his lovable cartoon character, Mickey Mouse, who first, and we have again options. Number 1 we have appear. Again, it's a verb. To appear, then to perform. Next we have to star. And the last one we have began, so I mean just to begin, yeah? What is to appear? To appear means to start existing. To perform. To perform, to do some kind of action, to play on the stage, to play in a film, and so on. To star. To star means to be the main actor in a film or in a play. And to begin, just to start. So, what could Mickey Mouse do in 1928? So, first, in 1928, if began, so what did he begin? Nothing. If starred, where in C, starred where? In a film or in a play or in a cartoon. So if performed, again, performed what kind of action? And if appeared, so Mickey Mouse, who first started to exist. So the correct variant here is appeared. So he appeared in 1928 in a film called Steamboat Willie. Next, one of the most cartoon films of all the time is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So by the way, sorry, there is a mistake, not on of the cartoon, but one of the cartoons, sorry. And we have options. We have common, we have excited, we have popular, and known. So all of them are adjectives. But frankly speaking, I should say that one of them is a bit odd. I think this one, excited. So we use adjectives with ed. So when we want to show, to express our feelings and emotions. Not to describe something or somebody. But anyhow, so what is common? Common is simple. Common is familiar just to most people. Or that happens very often at this area or in some kind of place. So for example, to have a common cold. Or this bird is very common in Ukraine. Excited. Excited, very happy, thrilled. Again, when we speak about our emotions. very happy, enthusiastic. Popular. Popular, known to many people. It is liked, it is enjoyed, it is admired for something. And known, just generally understood by many people. So what should be with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? This cartoon film was common, excited, popular or known? For sure it was popular. The most popular cartoon films of all time. Next, which when it was in 1937, it was what? What do we have? We have seen, released, circulated, and advertised. What is to see? Just to comprehend with your eyes. What is to release? To release means to start, to make something appear for the first time. To release a film, to release a song, an album, a single, and so on. What is to circulate? To circulate means just to make something go around, circulation. What is to advertise? To advertise means just to promote something for some kind of product, some kind of film or song, for it to be known among people, maybe just in order to sell. Again, move to the text. So this famous cartoon, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which when it was seen, I'm not sure. Circulated means just go around. No. Advertised, maybe not. So the best option here, which was released, so means that first appeared on the screen, was the first full-length cartoon in the history of the cinema. Let's proceed. This is the last portion, from 12 up to 15. We have in 12 prepositions of time. Until, since, by, and to. What do they mean? So until means up to the stated period of time. For example, sit here until I come. So you cannot go away just before my return. So since means from some particular point of time up to now. So I've known this guy since September. Means from September up to now. By means before. And to means until some period of time in future. For example, it's 2 days to Easter. And let's have a look again at the text. Here there is one hint in the text. We have the 1950s. Walt Disney had become. Had become past perfect. If you remember past perfect, I'm sure that you do. So past perfect shows that the action happened before some period of time or before some other action in the past. So it helps us to understand that the action happened before. But before means by. So by the 1950s, Walt Disney had become one of the world's major what? Major businessmen, major owners, one of major publishers or producers. And let's have a look at these words. All of them are nouns. So businessman. What is a businessman? So it's the person who is involved in business, especially maybe having some kind of high post. What is owner? Owner is a person who possesses something. For example, this car belongs to me. It means that I'm the owner of this car. Next we have publisher. publisher is a person or organization that is responsible for publishing books, magazines, newspapers, and so on. Next we have producer. What is a producer? A producer can be a person or some kind of organization that is responsible for some financial arrangements of a film, a song, some kind of musical group, and so on. If we look again at the text, we have, so Walt Disney had become one of the world's major of films. We cannot publish films, we cannot own films, we cannot business films. We can only just produce films. So the correct answer here is major producers of films for cinema and television. Number 14, what do we have here? As Walt Disney production, again we have 4 verbs. We have verb to grow, to enlarge, to increase, and to succeed. I should say that enlarge and increase are nearly the same. They mean to make something bigger in size or amount. But to grow means to become bigger. Something grows and something is enlarged or is increased. And to succeed, I haven't mentioned today, to succeed means to achieve something desired, something that you wanted to do or plan to do. Again, succeed in something or in doing something. If we just take a sentence about prices. So the shop owners increased the prices. The shop owners enlarged the amount of something, and the prices grew. It means that here we can use passive voice, and here only active voice. Something grows, but something is enlarged, something is increased. Let's look at the text. Again, we have, as Disney production grew, enlarged, increased, or succeeded. So the correct variant here will be grew. Its founder retained complete artistic control of the films, and he also on. We have took on, put on, pushed on, or went on. I should say that number 15, so 4 options, A, B, C, D, are the so-called phrasal verbs. There is take on, next to take on, to put on, to push on, and to go on. What is to take on? Take on means just to begin to have some kind of quality, new quality. For example, suddenly his voice took on a dull tone. Obtained. What is to put on? To put on means just to put on clothes, to dress, or just also to organize some kind of play, performance, display or exhibition. For example, our class is putting on Cinderella at the end of the term. What is push on? Push on is very close in meaning with go on. Push on means to continue, but to continue doing something very difficult, very hard, to continue persistently. And go on, just 2 minutes. By the way, we can use go on doing, ing form, and go on to do. Go on doing something means to continue doing the same thing. After finishing exercise 1, students went on doing exercise 2. So they continued doing the same thing, 2 exercises. But if just to go on to do means just to finish doing one thing and then do another thing. So again, let's move to the text. its founder retained complete artistic control of the films, and he also to publish books for children. Took on means began just having some kind of quality? No. Put on? No. Pushed on? I don't think it was very difficult for him. I think he went on, so he continued doing it for children. So the correct answer here is went on to publish books for children and cartoon strips for in newspapers featuring such characters as Donald Duck and Pluto the dog. This was the last question to our use of English Walt Disney. So I tried just to explain to you all these peculiarities, all these aspects. I hope you will remember that it's not so difficult as it seems to be at first. You should look before the gap and after the gap. You should decide maybe which option is odd here, because sometimes we have 4 options and 3 of them are nouns and the 4th one is an adjective. Or we have adverbs in present tense and one of them is in past tense, and so on. Pay attention to hints which are always in the text. It is possible that they go before or even just in the second sentence. Frankly speaking, vocabulary plays a very important role here, but grammar is more important as for me. So I hope my lesson will be helpful to you. I hope it will come in handy and will help you just to score just to achieve very good results. And I'm sure that you will succeed in passing your independent testing with perfect results. Thank you for your attention. See you next Friday. Bye.